Hi everyone, my name is Chris Bark and today I'm proud to introduce you to our award-winning equestrian management software. Over the last 13 years we've strived to build the world's leading EPOS system. We managed to do that by working with thousands of different businesses, including hundreds within the equestrian trade. If you go back 13 years ago, I was like most business owners. I was struggling with loads of things within my business. I was struggling with how to serve customers quickly and efficiently. I was struggling with how do you manage to do stock control or automatic reordering. My accounts were taking me hours and hours every single day. I didn't have a loyalty scheme set up, so I wasn't able to market to my customers. What we've done is we've worked with thousands of business owners. We've worked with people just like you who've given us the ideas, they've given us the tools, they've worked with us and allowed us to build the world's leading EPOS system. So without further ado, please sit back and watch our demonstration. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is our security. Now, you as an owner of a business, security for you is vitally important. I can testify that this is the case because I've managed to catch 3 members of staff who've stole over £4,000 from me. That might sound bad to you, which it is. It's not a great thing for me, except for the fact that I was able to prove that they'd done it. I was able to find it and catch it. How often within business is it not the case? How often do people actually steal and we don't know that it's happened? So using our system, we've got real high levels of security. So we have 3 main ways of logging in. So you can log in off the username and password. So you can press a username and then enter your password. You can log in off a swipe card, the likes of these. So we have basically, you take your swipe card and you log in down the side. The other way you can do it is the way most people do it. I think at least 95% of our customers log in this way. So what happens is they put their thumb on the fingerprint reader and it says Chris. So I go into accounting, you say it says log out Chris. If you pretend this is a different person, if I log in using my fingerprint, you'll see that I then don't have access to do things. If I log back in as a manager, I can do anything I want. So everything you're going to see for the rest of this demonstration is as if you're the owner of a business. If you don't want a member of staff to be able to do it, you can simply restrict them in the system settings and then you've got full control over who does what. This will allow you to see any discrepancies, any problems, and it will allow you to basically report it out and flag out anything that could be a theft. The first section we're going to look at today is the sales screen. Now, I know how important it is to your business to be able to serve customers as quickly and efficiently as possible and to be able to give them the best customer service. So with that being said, we've designed a sales screen that we know will allow you to give the best customer service you can and be able to serve customers really, really quickly. Now, what I've done today is we're showing you my database for my store. So my store's a pet store that does a bit of equestrian products as well. And we designed it in a way that works perfectly for my store. Now, if you look on the other side of your screen, you're going to see that there are loads of different examples of sales screens that we have built with our customers over the years. It's really simple to do and you can design it any way you want. So, the way my store's designed, we've gone for anything with a barcode, like so. We can scan the barcode very simply. And so whenever we scan the barcode, it comes up with quantity, name of the product, selling price. What we also decided in my store quite early on was that we didn't want my staff or my customers having to lift big bags up onto the counter. So what that enabled us to do was we can click on, say, horse, and when we click the products, when we press the button, it's as if we scan the barcode. So if you see here, it goes quantity, name of the product, selling price. When I press a new one, it adds it to the cart and the total updates. If we wanted 5 of the King British goldfish food, we do 5 at £1.99 and the total runs across the top. Dead simple. Customer gives you £60 cash, so when you press 60, cash store will open like so and the receipt will print. Now the receipt will have your logo rather than ours, it'll have your store address, phone number, order number, till number, date and time, what products you bought, VAT total, tender change and any slogans you want. What this means is that if you ever have a customer come back for a refund, you can scan the barcode like so and it comes up with every single product that you've sold within that transaction. So if we want to refund, say, the Allen and Page competition mix, when we press refund, it will go to minus £12.15. Now, if we want, we can do an exchange over the top, like so, and it will go to minus £10.16. What you can then do if you want is refund them, so you can give them the cash back if you want, or you can do a card. If they're paid on the card, you can put it back onto the card. Or you can do what the most of us like to do, which is to put it onto a credit note. So if I press that on that, that's produced me a credit note that's valid for the next 6 months in this store. Now, what's great about that is, well, firstly, you can see how quick it was. So we managed to get that produced in seconds. I bet you that's quicker than your refund, the way that you would do it now, your current process. We managed to do a whole refund in 10 seconds. But the really good thing is that if you give a credit note to a customer like that, about 40% of people never spend their credit note in store. So you're not losing that money, which is quite useful for your business. Because we've just done a return, we've got a return section that can then save that product, so it flags up for you that you've got returns to go back to your manufacturer or your supplier. Okay, there are loads of other things you can do within the sales screen. So, for instance, let's pick dog food. Just because if I click a product like so, if I click this little question mark here, you can see that you've got a picture and text against that particular product. Now that can be uploaded to your website or your eBay store or your Amazon site, or from our system. You're able to do that. So it's a full multi-channel piece of software that enables you to basically be selling in multiple locations at one time. We can do loads of other things here and now at point of sale. So we can do things like print a label. You know, how long does it take you to produce a label in your store? I imagine it takes a little bit of time. It's that quick within our business. So if you click print label, it produces a shelf edge label there and then. I'm going to show you better shelf edge labels from our label software later on, but that just shows you how quick it is to produce a label. If I want to do another one, just so you can see the process again, when I press print label, it's done that quick. Seconds it takes you to produce a label. Do you think that'll save you some time? I know it saved me hours and hours within my business. There are loads of other things you can do at our point of sale that you can't do on virtually any other EPOS system. So you can see things like quantity in stock, you can see your reorder levels, your min maxes, you can see how much that particular product has cost you at point of sale. You can see your current quantities. But you can also see things like selling prices. So for instance, how many selling prices do you have in your store? If you take my store, I think I've got 7 prices for the same product at the moment. So I have retail price, I have staff discount, I have gold, silver and bronze customers who all pay different prices. I have staff discount, online price, and I have one-off price for certain customers. So I have certain customers who get products at certain products at certain prices. So for instance, I have a local cattery that gets cat litter at £1 a bag more than I buy it for, but they only get discount on that one product. You can do all that from here, and you can see how much all your different selling prices are there and then. So if you have an eBay price, it can say eBay price on there, and it'll show you how much you charge for the same product on eBay versus in store or on your website. So you can see all this information there and then at point of sale. Now, as well as that, you can do other things such as, I bet you spend loads of time within your business looking for how much a product costs from each supplier to make sure that you're getting it at the best price. If you do that, we can save you a load of time. You can do things, you can press this button here, which will find every wholesaler who sells that product and how much basically you would pay depending on what band you're on. It also tells you how up to date the price list is, and we've sorted them into our price lists based on the most recent for you, so that you can see how much the actual product is costing you now. So that's really good for you. You can also check prices of how much everyone else charges for it. So we have this ability, if you choose to, you don't have to opt in, but if you want to opt in, you can basically see how much everyone else pays for that product, and they'll show you how much you pay for it. It doesn't tell you anything about where they are or who they are, it just gives a list of prices. So you can see that 37% of people charge $29.99 for that particular product. That's really useful when it comes to pricing, because most of us find that we're too cheap. We compete with a local store, or someone says, oh, they can buy it online cheaper. This shows you how much other people are charging around the country and allows you to make sure that you're making enough margin. So you're able to do that. You can probably see there's loads of other things you can do there, like you can edit the products, and you can update pictures if you want. You can also discount a product, so you can do a one-off price. So for instance, at this particular moment, this product's $25.99. If I wanted to discount it to £20, as a one-off price, and providing I'm allowed to do it because I'm logged in as an owner of a business in this case, so I'm allowed to do anything. If I save that to £20 and we do manage a discount, or staff discount should I say, it's reduced that product down to £20. From your point of view, just so you know, it's recorded who gave the discount and who they gave it to as well. Now, that can be really useful, can save you loads of time. A few other things you can do there and then at point of sale. So you can give a discount. So for instance, let's remove that product because that's already on offer. So let's scan that product and scan that product. If I want to do 5 of those, let's do 50 of them, just so that we get it to, sorry, if you press 50, let's get it so that we get to a decent price. So maybe you want to give a discount there. If you wanted to say give 10% discount because they spent over £100, it will reduce that and knock it down to 95, 81 in this particular case. So you can do a percentage discount on the whole cart. So you can discount the individual product like I've shown before, or you can discount the whole cart like I've just done there. You can also do the other side of that, which you might say, I want to knock it down to £100 if you buy that much today. Again, once you do that discount, it records who's given the discount and who we've given it to. So it really helps us to be able to serve customers as quickly as possible. A couple of other things you can do at point of sale that might be really useful for you. So that, say those products that we've just scanned there, say they were out of date or they were damaged. You can mark them down as waste and it'll take it off the stock for you, off your profits, and report it out for you at the end of the week, month or year. Do you think that'll save you some time? You know, how cool is that to be able to discount something and mark it down as waste there and then, which will take it off your stock and mean you're not paying tax on that product. You've got another couple of things that you can mark down as shop use, so we use that for if we're comping a product or if we're having to use a product off the shelf to, for like use a cleaning product to clean our store, we do that. You can have your staff clock in and out because they log in using the fingerprint, so you're able to do that. You can do loads of other things. You can see all the different special functions we've got there. Just so you do know, you can do, obviously we're doing this sales screen on a full EPOS still system. You can also do that on a tablet. It's exactly the same as you can see there. It's exactly the same database that we've got on here. So we've got basically a tablet version of our full till. This actually has got a full version of software, so anything we can do on here, we can do on here, and vice versa. So it basically allows us to be mobile and allows us to serve in a different way. As you know, as retail's changing, we're able to change with it by having a tablet version as well. A couple of other things you might want to see at point of sale. So if you scan a product and it's not in the system, that might be a case. So if I ask you the question, who do you buy from? Well, near enough anyone you buy from, we will already have their data. We've been working for the last 13 years to make sure that we've got the most comprehensive databases in the world. We've got over 6 million products on our databases, and within the pet and equestrian trade, we've got over 250,000 products with current retail prices and current supplier costs. So that means just about anyone you can think of that you could buy from, we've already got their data. We also have a philosophy that we'll put it on for you, or we will give you the ability, you can do it yourself through the system. Now, on the very rare occasion that something's not in your system, if you scan the barcode like so, it comes up with a warning like that it's just happened, where basically it allows you to put a new stock item in. Now, if you want, you can fill in the name and selling price, or you can use our databases for you, so you can use our cloud. So if you press this one here, it searches our cloud to see if we've got the product on our database. Now, as you can see, we've got this product. So we've got 3 different choices for the name. We've got a picture of it. We've got current supplier cost, which is 42p, and current suggested selling price, which is 70p. So once I press insert, I press accept, that is now in your system. So when I scan that again, it's now in my system straight away. How quick is that? How much time will that save you in your business? Think how long it takes you to put a product in. We've just managed to put a product in 5 seconds. Think about how much time that will save you and how much that time is worth. Now, as well as that, there's loads of other features we can do here. We've got the ability to put quotes through, so you can produce a quote for a customer. You can save a quote, so therefore if you're doing a special price, you've got the ability to do that at point of sale. You can also do customer orders. So we've got a massively comprehensive customer order section that run businesses that just do deliveries. That's their entire business. So we've got the ability to do that. Now, I don't know how you do customer orders, but say you do a special order for a product. So say someone comes in and wants a product. So say they come into store, and I'm going to use Kong because it's from my database and I know it's small and quick to type. So if I type in Kong, what I'll do is I'll search my database for anything with Kong in it. So as you can see, there's loads of different Kong products there. So say a customer comes in for the Kong Wubber, Mega Wubber ×1. So it's our massive big Kong, and you haven't got it in stock. If I press accept, that'll put that into the cart for me. Just going to delete those other 2 products like so. So say a customer now wants that to be delivered, or say they want to actually put a special order in for that. So we do customer orders first and press create new order. It'll then ask you for their name, address, postcode. If you put postcode in, so if we do CH447JW like so, and then we press that little one there, that'll search the database and find it using our postcode lookup. So you can see there we can fill in primary EPOS like so. You can put in their name, you can do estimated cost, you can do when's it going to be delivered or when's it going to come into stock. So just press accept on all that. Once I press OK like so, it's now put that product onto order. Now, what you can do from here is you can have that automatically reorder that product for you, but you can also do a few other things, like you can print the order so that you can get an order confirmation that can be signed by the customer to say orders are non-refunded. You can do deliveries if you want from here. You can take deposits. You can even send text messages, like so. You can send a text to that particular customer saying the product's on its way or is out for delivery. But I'll show you text messages properly in another section later on. That's pretty much the sales screen. The last thing I'm going to quickly show you is, if you get it like I do, where you start scanning a product, you start serving a customer, and they'll decide, oh, they've forgotten something, or they want to have a chat with you, or they want some advice, and you've got another customer who wants to be served, you can quickly switch to cart 2, serve someone else for say £10 cash like so, and I can go back to cart 1, and everything I've got is still there. How useful will that be for your business? You know, how great is it to be able to serve multiple customers? You're not restricted to the 4 carts that are there. You can have as many as you want. You can even have multiple tills like we have. So we have people on our shop floor going around with a tablet serving customers. That takes the pressure off the till. It gives your customer the better customer service. Do you think the features we're showing here are going to improve your customer service? Do you think that by improving your customer service, you're going to increase the amount of money you take? I think the answer is quite simply yes. Our sales screen is designed basically to make you give the best customer service you can, and therefore hopefully allow you to make as much money as you can as well. The next section we're going to look at today is reordering. Now, I know how difficult reordering can be in your business. I know how much time it takes up. If you think how long you spend every week, most equestrian businesses probably spend anywhere up to 20 or 30 hours a week just on reordering. What we've done is we've designed a system that takes all that pressure away and reduces the amount of time you've got to spend on reordering every week. So the way you do it is you go into replenish stock, and then if you press create new order, you can reorder in a number of different ways. So you can reorder based on a blank order. So if you don't want to use the system, you don't have to. But if you do, we've got the ability to massively save you time and massively improve your efficiency. So you can do a blank order, which is just you create an order from scratch. You can do an order based on a previous order. You can do one based on previous sales, which a lot of businesses do. So what they do is they pick a supplier and say, in the last 14 days, what have I sold that I can buy from that supplier? The only problem that ever comes in with that is if you've sold a product, say what it is, so say you sold a Misfits and you've sold one of them, the system wouldn't know that you've got to reorder that, so it would have to reorder a pack of, I think they come in 16s, so it'd have to reorder a pack of 16. Whereas you don't necessarily want to do that. So the way that most businesses work is that they use a minimum and maximum, and the way that we do that is we create an order based on a maximum, and then what we do is we pick who we're going to order from. So we could do an order with all these different suppliers here. I'm going to pick Pedigree Wholesale just for one reason, that I know it creates a decent order that I can show you a few features on. So if I press that, press accept, what that does is it looks at what stock I've got within my system, within my store, and reorders me to get me back to my minimum. Now, the minimum basically, the minimum maximum says when I fall below, so take this, it says when I fall below 5 of these, reorder me back up to 16. So it knows that once I've got below 5, it will reorder me back up to the 16. Now, in this particular case, it's created me an order for £662.69p. So if I press edit order, edit items, it will show me every single thing I need to order from that supplier. So you'll see here, if we do, let's pick, say, a flexi. Whenever I pick a product, it shows me a picture of that particular product. We can also do things like stats, so it'll show me how many sold in the last 7 days, how many were sold in the last 14, last 30, most sold in a week, least sold in a week. It'll show you all your seasonal variations, so you can see all that information at point of sale. That saves you a load of time because it allows you to compare, whether you're ordering too much stock or not there and then at point of sale. Another thing you can do is you can press show items cheaper from other suppliers. So that particular item that's in red, it's flagged up that I can buy that product cheaper. Let's have a look who I can buy it cheaper from. I can buy it cheaper direct off Outhwaits than I can by buying it off Pedigree Wholesale. So I can make a decision whether I want to order that particular product from Pedigree or do I want to wait till I do an order with Outhwaits. Now, in this particular case, we actually would order from Pedigree because we know we're not going to do an order from Outhwaits for another 3 or 4 weeks, so therefore we would want to get that particular product into stock. If you don't want to order a product, so if you say, oh, I don't want to order that many, you can delete it, you can change it, you can edit the amount of products that you're ordering there and then at point of sale. Just giving me a warning telling me that that particular product's on order for someone else. So you're able to do loads of features at point of sale. Now, once you're happy with your order and you're ready for it to be sent out, what you can do is you can go onto orders and you can email your order over. You can put it directly onto their stock file on some suppliers. You can print it out, you can phone it, you can fax it, all from the system. Now, the great thing about our system as well is it becomes intelligent, so it learns. So you're going to have to run the system for, say, 6 months to a year for it to be really accurate. But it makes assumptions where it thinks you hold too much stock or where you don't hold enough. Now, do you think by ordering that way it would save you some time? Do you think that if you use the system like ours and you were able to do it the way that we have, do you think that would save you money and make you more efficient? Well, we used to do all our orders manually. So in my store, I managed to cut 22 man hours out every single week off our ordering process. We used to go around with a pen and a pad and we'd go over to our particular shelf and we'd make a note of what we thought we needed to order. Now, the problem we had with that is that we would miss products or we would not order enough or we'd order too many. By using the system, you're using data to make sure that your orders are correct. This will save you loads of time and make you much more money in the long run because we won't be spending as much time and money trying to create your orders in the first place, and we'll get them we get them right more often than not. Once you bring your order in, you can we're going to show you later, but you can use the handheld PDA to scan a product, and what it does is it marks as checked the items that have arrived. You can flag up damaged items, and it will also flag up for you which products haven't arrived. This will save you hours and hours every single week on placing orders. The next section I'm going to show you is our shelf edge label designer. Now, if your business is like mine, the way you present your products is vitally important. It used to take me hours and hours every single week pricing products individually. We then designed our custom shelf edge label designer that allows you to basically produce labels that go on the front of a product, on the shelf, that means you don't have to individually price a product. It saves you loads of time. It also improves the way that the store looks. It improves your professionalism. And to be honest, with our shelf edge label designer, you can actually build all kinds of promotional materials. So you can do posters, you can do just about anything you want. We genuinely have people who've bought our software just for the label designer. They don't use virtually anything else on the system. They just wanted the labels. It's that comprehensive a piece of software. So the way the label designer works is you go into your label designer and you pick what printer you want. So in this case, I'm going to pick our label printer, which is our brother, just a basic £100 label printer, just to show you how easy it is. So we've picked that, and I'm going to pick the way out label, which is one of our standard templates. There's about 30 or 40 standard templates for you to use, and basically all you need to do is you go design, label style. So actually we don't want to do that. We want to edit this label and we want to press design. You can drag and drop and you can move things around and make it look however you want. So I'm going to abandon those changes. Just so you do know, you can do any type of label you want. So if I do this one, which is a bearded dragon care sheet, if you look there, if we zoom right out, again, you can drag it, drop it, you can move it around. Basically, you design it however you want. So if you don't like the way it looks, change the design. I'm going to go back to there and I'm going to abandon changes. Now, What I'm going to do in this particular case is I'm going to actually show you how we produce a weigh-out label, because it also shows you how the scales work and just give you some extra features as well. So the way that we're going to produce it is we're going to produce a weigh-out label, which is going to look at our stock files and see products that can be sold as weigh-out. So in this case, I'm going to do bone-in. So what we'll do now is, when we want to produce one label by weight, so what we do is we simply put the products onto the scales, and what it'll do now is it'll print us a label out. So it's actually produced us a weigh-out label that again can be designed and made however you want. That's produced us a label that'll take that amount of bonios, so it'll take 0.225 kilograms worth of bonios off a big box, and it's priced it per kilo. So as you can see, you can do that. Obviously, just so you know, on the scales, because they're part of it, anything that's weigh out in here, so if we do, let's do dog treats weigh out, just so we're in the same sort of area. So if we did, I don't know, Burns dried liver per kilo, exactly the same process happens. When we put it on the scales, it puts the weight in, and then it does the price per kilo. So it's done 0.225 kilos at 20.99 per kilo, so it's £4.72 for that particular product. Now, as I say, for Shelf-Edge Label Designer, you can make any label you want. It will save you loads of time. If you think about it in your store, how long does it take you every week to price up a product? Will this save you time? Will it make it much easier for your staff to be able to get the products out on sale? I think it'll save you loads of time. It's really improved my business by being able to do that. The next section we're going to look at today is statistics. Now, within your business, knowing how it's performing is vitally important. If you know what's happening and what's going on in your business, you can make informed decisions. Now, we've put together what we think is probably the most comprehensive stats package that there actually is on the market. I would be amazed if there's any data that you can't find out using our system. So the way you do it is to go to selected store statistics, and then what you do is you pick your dates you want to look at. So if we say from the 1st to the 17th of this particular month, it will show you, as soon as you press show details, it will show you every single product you need to order. Now, the great thing is you can sort these by order, so you can see that we've sold layers pellets, we've got shaving bales, we've got bliss bedding, so we've got loads of variations, but it shows us supplier cost, selling price and profit on every single item we've sold. Down the bottom, you can see gross income, so it'll show you how much money you've actually taken over that time. You've got net income, you've got total stock cost, profit after VAT, VAT income, VAT free income, VAT estimate transactions, cash, card, check, mail orders, vouchers, and on credit. Obviously, you can break that down and you can see where you've actually taken your money as well. You've then got average income, average stock cost, average net profit, average number of transactions, all your different percentages depending on what you like to look at. And then what I use quite a lot within my business is past data. So we want to see how we're performing versus last week, last month, last year. You want them to be green because that means we're making more money than we were this time last year. Now, another thing you've got here is you've got the ability to filter this down. So you can filter cash or card or check purchases. You can filter by member of staff or by till or by keyword. You can also break it down into tax rates, days of the week, types, subtypes. So basically you can filter this so that whatever you want to see, the results basically on this side of the screen you get. So if you switch off, so if we go to type and we go, let's say, let's do horse, and we go back to there and press show details, it will just show us horse items, so you see the amount of money changes and the products change accordingly. Now, from that, if you press charts and reports, you can see hundreds. As you can see, there are hundreds and hundreds of reports there that are available in charts. I'm not going to bore you with them all. I won't show you every single one, but I will show you some of the key features. And what I've done is I've printed them out on here so that we basically can do it really quickly for you. So you can look account summary, so you can look each day of the week, income, non-VAT, expenditure, tax, profit. You can do that daily, weekly, monthly. You can look at, you can do your reorderings, you can look at best income lines, you can do worst income lines, you can do best selling lines, worst selling lines, best profit lines, worst profit lines. You get the idea, there are quite a few reports. You've got categories, so you could say how is horse performing against farmyard, performing against dog, performing against cat, performing against, how is within horse, how is tack performing against feed, performing against bedding. The good thing is it breaks it all down for you and shows you how much money you're taking on each category. You've got miscellaneous transactions, which reports any single thing that could be a theft by a member of staff. I can unfortunately prove that works because I've caught 3 staff who stole over £4,000 from me. You've got petty cash overview, which shows you money in and out of the till. We've got repeat purchase offers, which shows just how each offer that we've got in a store is performing. I'll leave the customers alone because we're going to show you them later on. And we'll leave them. We've got general sales overview, which gives you an overview of what we've just shown on the screen. You've got cash up reports and banking summaries. You've got staff performance charts, which shows you how much money each member of staff makes for you each day, and also what products they sell. You've got customer statements, so anyone you do on credit, you've got statements and you've got invoices, which I'll show you in a second. Right, you've got income sold per hour of the day. You can do income sold per day of the week. You can do income sold over multiple dates and multiple months. You've got income generated per member of staff per hour of the day. You get the idea that there are hundreds of reports. You can find out just about any piece of information you want to know about your business. You've got all the same charts available for quantities. We've got within categories. We've got over multiple sites, multiple stores. You can even have your website versus your online versus your in-store performance. Basically, there are hundreds. You'll probably see there are so many reports that you can look at through here. You also have the ability to make your own reports if you want using the system. And then you've got full invoice as well, so you've got the ability to have an invoice with your store address, your VAT number, all your terms and conditions, and then you can invoice and you've got full credit system all on here as well. Basically, the idea is anything you need to find out, you can. Think about it now within your business. If you want to know what your best selling line is, how easy is that for you to find out? If you want to find out what your performance is on horse versus your pet food section, if you've got both of those, how easy is that for you to find? With us, it's at the click of a button. You can save yourself hours and hours of time, and you can get your business working exactly the way you need it to, because you're doing it based on proper, accurate data. The next section we're going to look at is customer loyalty. Now, all the previous sections we've looked at are ways to save you time and money. This one's how to actually make money. The best way I know how to make money is through using your customers. Customer loyalty is a fantastic thing that you need to be using in every business. Every single customer we've ever had who's implemented it has increased their sales. So let me show you some things you can do with customer loyalty, how to use it and how it can actually help you grow your business. So, customers wise, obviously loyalty is normally done through things like loyalty cards, like the likes of these. These are some examples of some of our customers. Right, so loyalty is normally done through a card. So what normally happens is you give a card to a customer, and when they come in, you swipe the card, they get some sort of reward in some way, and then we basically, from your point of view, you get all the information about that customer, what their spending habits are, you get all the big data side. So you probably hear big data talked about quite a lot. You can basically use data to work out who your best customers are, when they shop with you, when you lose customers, all kinds of different things like that. So the way that you do it is, to sign up a customer, you can go into the customer section and you can add a new customer. When you sign up a customer, you want to take a load of information. So you want to get their full name, their postal address so we can write them a letter, their mobile number so we can send them a text, and their email address so we can send them emails. You can also upload those to Facebook and do a load of other things that I'll show you in other videos. So all this different stuff you can store here. Now within an equestrian business, you have the ability as well to store things like pets. So you can store, if you sell, say, SQP stuff, or you do like wormers or frontline or flea products, you can basically, you can set up a customer as well as their pets and medical information as well. So against the customer, you've also got the ability to store their pets information, like additional information, whether it's spayed, whether it's microchip, medical information, diet, vaccines, photo. You can basically store as much information as you want. You can see a load of other things at the point of sale. So you can see things like you can store photos of the customers if you want. You can store photos of the animals. You can store info on their finances. You can see how they're doing on repeat offers, because you can do that. Now, that's more the front end. I'm going to show you the back end side. Before I go into the back end, I'm going to quickly talk about what you can offer to try and get people signed up. Like, I can't describe how vital it is for you to have a loyalty scheme in your business. It is the most important thing you do. I've been studying this for 13 years of my life, and there has never been a case where implementing a loyalty scheme doesn't help your business. The data that you can get, and if you use that data, it can drive your sales. So in my business, I give away things to try and get people signed up. One of my most important things is trying to get as many customers as possible who buy from me to be on my loyalty scheme, because then I know who they are and I can do something with them. So I give away a few things. So I do points. So every time someone signs up, every time they spend £1, they get 1 point in my store. I do discounts. So I do multi-buy offers. These are all run through the system, by the way. So I do, every time they buy 6 bags of dog food, they get the 7th one free. That is basically set up on my system, and it all runs automatically. You can do discounts, you can do special prices, you can do anything you can pretty much think of. We've got people who do, every time you spend £10, you get a stamp. You can basically implement something very similar on our system as well. So what I was saying before, we basically now signed up some customers. So here's how you can use some of the data within your business. So if you pick a particular customer, we can go on to individual customer statistics. And when we click on that customer, you can see how many transactions they've had. So you can see this customer's had, lots of transactions, but their most frequent day they come in is on a Friday, where they've been in 12 times. They have an average spend that varies anywhere from £15.58 right up to £27, depending on what day of the week they come in. So it allows you to work out, are there certain days of the week where people spend more money? Are there certain days of the week that people come in? Why is that? Is that because of a member of staff, or is it because that's when they get paid, or is it because that's when you've got your offers on, or when you get your deliveries? You can see how often they visit the business. You can see how many, what their yearly spend is, how many refunds they've had. That might not sound that useful for you, but to me on its own, that is worth setting up a loyalty scheme just to know that. But then you can also see what products the customer has bought. So you can see that this customer buys wild bird seed, sunflower hearts, Rumivate, high energy, they buy tree haylage, they buy peanuts, so they buy a big mix of products. Now you can do that for one, but you can also do that for every single customer who comes in. So if I press refresh stats, it shows me every single product any customer has ever bought. So if I want to pick, say, let's do Cool Mix, when I press show details, it shows me every single product that's been bought with it. So it says that of the 3,500 times Taylor's Cool Mix has been sold, the products people buy with it, so the most frequent products bought with it are carrots and dog, like a dog treat, and we've got Cool Cubes, and we've got lamb pellets and mixed corn. Shows every product they've bought with it. Of the 3,526 products, every time they sell one of them, they actually buy nearly 7 other products in store. So it shows that this product's quite good at linking the store together. It also says that every time they sell one of them, the average spend's $28.74. Now, this works for your best products. It also works for your worst products. It allows you to make informed decisions. So, for instance, if you sold a product, so let's say this particular cat food. Say you sold that and you only sold 10 a month. You might look at getting rid of that product because it's not making you enough money. You might have a different opinion if every time you sold one of them, your average spend was £50. Because you don't want to basically get rid of the customer who spends £50 on average every time they sell it. But the other side of that might be that you might say, if we go back to here, we do all customers again, you might look at, say, carrots, and when someone buys carrots, they might only buy carrots within the store, in which case you might have to look at how to increase the average spend on that particular product. We actually had this with a pet shop we work with over in Ireland, whereby they looked at pig's ears, and they were selling loads and loads of pig's ears. But basically, when they actually looked at the average spend, typically they're getting people coming in and just buying pig's ears. So what they did is when you sold pig's ears, you got other treats on promotion with it. I think they did pig's trotters or something else. And when they made that offer, and they said every time you buy a pig's ear, you get a pig's trotter at half price, they increased the amount of pig's trotters they sold. They nearly doubled the amount of them they sold, but they also increased their average spend. And by increasing their average spend on that product, they increased their average spend overall in the store and managed to make a lot more profit. The There are loads of other things you can do within data, like you can see best spend periods, and you can see, so you can see which is your best day or your best week or your best month. All that information you can use, you can see at the basically at the click of a button, and it gives you the data that allows you to grow your business. Now that I've shown you customer loyalty, I'm now going to show you what we can do with the customers. So the whole point of customer loyalty is to gather data. Now, using our system, you can use that data to actually grow your business. So what we've done is, as standard, as part of our standard EPOS system, you get our marketing manager. Now, within our marketing manager, you can target your customers. So you can look at, you can find customer lists like who your best customers are, who your worst customers are, who your lost customers are, and you can go about sending them marketing material. So using our system, you can send emails. So we link with MailChimp. You can also send them direct off Outlook if you chose to. You can send text messages. So we've got a text message builder built in, and you've also got the ability to send letters. So we've got the ability to design the letters. You can produce the letter lists, and then you can then send it using like a third-party company to be able to send them messages directly to the customers. So what we normally would do on this scenario is I'll show you how we can create lists. So let's create some customers. Let's look at customers who you might want to send some promotional material to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch sides, and then I'll show you through some stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a customer list. So we might say total spend over 100. What we're going to do in this scenario is we're going to create a list of customers who spent over £100. So what we do is we go create a customer selection based on total spend. So we want to say in the last 5 years, total spend is greater than £100. That's it. That's all it is. Very simple. And when we press, if you see here it says 0, when I press recalculate, it gives us a total number of customers of 1,059 customers, right? So what that's done is that's created a group of customers, 1,059, who we can target, who we know who spent £100 or more in store. So they're probably more likely to react to some marketing than customers who haven't spent over £100. You might not think that. You might think to yourself, well, I want to be more specific. I want to target people who have spent over £100 and don't shop with me anymore, so lost customers. So what we can say there is, we could say and number of visits. So we said anyone who spent over £100 who hasn't visited in the last 6 months. So we can say anyone, which is equal to 0. So we said anyone who spent over £100 who hasn't visited in the last 6 months. So we've currently got 1,059. If I press recalculate, we've now got 964 who've not visited us. So we've lost nearly 200 customers. So only 200 actual customers, are active at the moment. Whereas 964 of your customers who spent over £100, we've managed to produce a list and we can then go about targeting them. Now, the great thing out here is we can do like an SMS text message. So we could say SMS1. And what we can do is we can create a text now. So what it's doing is it's loading it all up, and we can say, for instance, like, hi, first name, please accept £10 off your next order. You can be much more specific than that. You can do a lot more, a lot better copy than that. But we can do that, and then we can even set a voucher. So we can say a voucher is for, £10, and it's valid for 14 days. Save and return to main menu, and then we can then say voucher code. And what that's done is that's going to send an individual code to each customer, so we can then see which customers react to the text message, which people actually spend the voucher. We can basically, once we're happy with that, we can create a template, create a campaign and press run. Literally within minutes, you can send a text message to all of your customers. You simply top up your balance on our text message sender, and then you can send the messages. Right, we use this all the time. If you go on our YouTube channel, you can see all kinds of different videos we've done where we're using this marketing manager. We've done lost customers, so we found that in my pet store I'd lost 1,286 customers in the last 12 months, and we then go about showing you how we managed to get them back. if you actually watch the different videos, you'll see how we turn that into over £70,000 worth of income over the next 12 months. All those videos are on YouTube, so they're worth a watch. They're really good way of actually teaching yourself how you can make money through your existing customer list. You can do all kinds of different things. So we've done best customers, we've done worst customers, lost customers. You've got so maybe you've got customers who've bought a horse product but not bought food off you. So we could do that. Dead simple. Let's do horse product but not food. Very simply, we go customer property. So they've bought, we want to do a customer statistic. Just so you know, customer property allows you to do things like you could send people birthday cards. We do that. That's a really good piece of marketing. You can do that in here. So you can say we've got a birthday within the next 5 days, and you can basically send that out to your customers. But in this particular case, we're going to do based on a product belonging to a type. So we're going to say any customer who has ever, within the last 5 years, has bought a horse product. Yeah, we've done a horse product, and we want to do beyond typing based on a customer not buying a product. In this case, we're going to do not bought within the last 5 years, horse, and then within horse, feed. So what that'll do is that's created a list of customers. See how many it is. So there's 169 customers who bought a horse product but not food off you. That is a really good group of customers to target. For instance, with me, I did it slightly differently. I looked at any customer who bought a dog product but not food. My simple assumption was that if they bought a dog product, then they've probably got a dog. If that's the case, they should buy dog food off me. So what we did from that was we sent them a text message with £10 off their next bag, off a bag of dog food. When they came in, we worked with them, we talked to them, we found out what products they were buying, and then we went about like having a conversation and working out how we could do them a deal and make it so they kept being our customer. Just so you know, in my case, we sent that out to 112 customers, and we have managed to keep 80 of those customers. So we managed to get 100 of the 112 customers we put in. We got 80 to come in, store and actually spend the voucher, which is really high. We don't normally get that type of levels, but it was really good. And of that, we've managed to keep 55 of those customers still buying dog food off me month in, month and month out. We did that for over a year. Actually, we found that we managed to keep those customers. So that's really good. Just dead quickly, so you can also see there's another side. We also have what's called remarketing. Now, any of you who've done like Google or Facebook, you know you can target customers based on people who've actually done a certain thing. So in this case, you can do, anyone who buys a product can go into a sequence. So to give you an idea, if you buy a flea product off me in my store, again, you can watch videos on how we do this on YouTube. Anyone who buys a flea product in store, you automatically go into a list that 3 months down the line, you get an email off me saying you need to deflea your dog again. You get another one a week later saying you really need to deflea your dog. If you still haven't reacted to that and still come in and bought a flea product, you get a text message the week after with a 20% discount off buying your flea product. It's increased the amount of flea products we sell by 40% over the last 12 months. We also have it with like furniture stores who, as soon as you buy a furniture product, it automatically sends you a video of how to put that together. Think about how much this could be used in your store. How good would it be to be able to have it automatically send out a promotion or some advice on how to use a product that you just sold? Do you think your customers would think you're giving them better customer service? Do you think it would improve your sales? For me, this is the lifeblood of my business. I make money off it every single day. We do promotions every day of the week, targeting, say, dog customers or cat customers or horse customers, all with different promotions, and we get much better results. Think about how well this could work for your business. The last section I'm going to show you today is our second screen. Now, as you can see on this till, it's got a second screen attached to it. Probably about 80 or 90% of our customers have second screens on their till for one main reason. So the reason I have it in my store and the reason most people have it in their store is the second screen, as well as being a display for the customers to tell them what they bought, it also becomes an advertising tool. It becomes a promotional tool to actually drive more sales within your store. So the way the second screen works, so I'm going to turn this around and actually show you I'll show you the second screen. So if you see on here, it's actually running adverts for us, for our EPOS company. Now, these adverts would be customised to your store, so it would be your products that are actually going on here. So as you can see, it's rotating between adverts that are set. You say how long they're going for. I think we've got them set for 10 seconds in here. So it rotates adverts. Now, great thing about this is, if you've got good relationships with your reps, you can charge them to advertise on it. So in my store, to give you an idea, I have 8 reps who pay me £10 a week each. That actually pays for my till completely. I don't pay for my till. The manufacturers and reps pay for it. You know, we've got reps who pay, we've got a local vet who advertises, we've got dog walkers who advertise, we've got people who just want to sell products. They're all on they all advertise on the back screen. It's really easy to set up a product. Now, that's rotating adverts. Just to give you a little stat for you, research shows that when a customer is stood in a queue, they are 3 times more likely to stay in the queue if they've got something to look at when they're going. So putting the adverts there, you also find that people buy a lot of the products that are on promotion on there. So that's how it works as an advertising screen. So when it's not in use, so when it's not been in use for 10 seconds, the adverts kick in. What also happens though is, if I put, say, a product into the cart, so when I press Alan and Paige here, it puts them into the cart, it says what the product is, and then the total runs across the bottom for them. System's also clever though, it's also intelligent. So if I select the customer, so if it's one of your registered customers on your loyalty scheme, if you select that customer and swipe their card, so if I do that, it'll say good afternoon, and it'll suggest their name. It'll say good afternoon Martin, and it'll suggest what products they might be interested in. It shows them also how much they've saved in offers by basically buying off you over a period of time. That's really good from a customer point of view. It's showing them that they get reward. You also find that other customers question why they've saved money, why they've saved so much money, and then it's a way to get them onto the loyalty scheme. Or basically, so this runs as a full second screen for a product. So when I actually complete the transaction, so if they gave me, 24, so when they give me the cash, it will work out the change for me. So they gave me £40 and total is £7.30. So this works completely as a second screen. It's a really good way to increase the amount of the average customer spend. It's also a really good way to keep more people in the queue and keep them so that they're happy, basically. You can have pictures like this, you can also have videos, you can have all kinds of different things running. It's a really good way to improve the way your store looks and improve your professionalism. That concludes our demonstration today. Thanks for taking the time to watch our demo video. What we've done is we've put together a really cool special offer for you. So we've said that anyone who's watched that video can click on the link below and actually manage to get a 14-day free trial of our software. Now, on that trial of the software, you get a full demo database. It's installed on your computer, which basically means you've got a full demo version with a full demo database that you can do everything we've done today. You get full access. It's a complete working product. Simply click the link below and you'll get access to this 14-day free trial. We want to work with you, so the sooner you try that 14-day free trial, the sooner you'll see how much we can benefit you. I look forward to working with you soon.